Let's look at a couple of types of research studies: exploratory, descriptive, and hypothesis testing. The learning outcomes include compare and contrast types of research studies, list the steps in conducting research. Exploratory research is one of the most common ways of learning more about a situation. You may decide to use exploratory research when the problem is new or has changed and is not clearly defined, when you need to define alternative courses of action, when you want to theoretically develop and then test hypotheses, when variables and their relationships to each other have not been clearly studied. You may thus decide to begin work on determining which variables are relevant and how they're related to each other. Descriptive research answers questions such as who, what, where, when, why, and how. Descriptive studies are the most widely used research design. They are non-experimental in that the researcher does not control the treatments. They're also quantitative. Descriptive studies are called observational studies because the researcher observes or describes what the subjects do. Surveys, interviews, and observations are common descriptive studies. Descriptive studies are often used when developing and testing hypotheses. Prevailing wisdom typically calls for deductive reasoning when developing hypotheses. That is, you should use theory and previous studies to develop hypotheses to test using deductive processes. Inductive is more of a ground-up approach where you use observations to help you derive theory. You work from the data backward. This method is often used with big data where you don't know what the data says or the theories to use, but you let the data guide you. As you design studies and test hypotheses, you use a scientific method. You refine theory over time and build upon findings. This is similar to the scientific method we learned about in middle school or earlier. In sum, the research purpose guides the type of study you choose to use. Common studies include exploratory, descriptive, and hypothesis testing. No study is without limitations. It's important to recognize the limitations and work to minimize the noise and error. After you complete the research, it's important to reflect upon your results. You then use those results and what others find as part of the ongoing scientific method.